Guten Abend, mein Name ist Heidenstein. Was ist los? Du bist am
Well, hello there, everyone. My name is Chris Fouts. I'm 54 as of August 3rd. And instead of being the impersonal guy and just saying thank you to this person and or that person and liking this or liking that, I figured I'd just come on here and thank you all. Thank you very much. I have 181 friends, according to Facebook, and 32 of you sent me well wishes. Thank you. I believe last year I got 24, so I have improved with that. So, having been around the sun 54 times, I'm going to benefit you with my accumulated wisdom. Yes, you're welcome. Okay, sit back, strap in, because this is not going to take that long. Let's start with women. I'm going to tell you everything I have learned about women in 54 years. No two are alike. What works for one will not work for another. No woman, how old she gets, likes to be called ma'am. Okay, so just take that out of your vocabulary. If she's 84, you go up and you say, "Excuse me, miss." She will be very happy about that. So do that. Okay, that's all I know about women. That's it. Okay, politics. Let's move on to politics. It seems to be the stuff they're ramming down our throats these days. Okay, fine. Let's talk a little bit about politics. For me, when it comes to politics, I'm of the mind your own fucking business type of thing. I do not believe a politician is going to solve my woes and or problems, because they're just not in it for me. They quit being in it for me and you and everyone else a long time ago. It's about political office and how to hold it, So if you want to subscribe to the belief that politicians are going to save you, okay, okay. I just don't believe it. When I say mind your business, what I really mean is you need to solve your own problems. Get out there and work on that. You don't need to solve everyone else's problems. Start with your immediate problems first and then work outward. Okay? For a lot of you, it's going to take a lifetime just to do that. Some of you are, overachievers. Good for you. So if you've solved all your problems and you've moved outwards, why don't you just volunteer? Go to a school, read some books, senior center, pick up trash along the side of the road, but mind your business, okay? Quit trying to mind my business and trying to tell me how and when and where to think. I've got the nightly news and politicians and the knee-jerk reactions from whatever little crisis that's happening here and or there. I've got my own problems, and I'll be solving those first before I worry about the world around me. I live in a small world, and I'm doing the best I can in it. Okay, last thing about politics. The first sensationalized mass shooting was Columbine. That's been a long time now, and there's been so many more since then. And what we do is we all, inevitably sometime here in the next couple of days, there's going to be a moment of silence in Congress or the Center. We're all just going to be quiet for a minute, and that's going to solve everything. I believe history proves that to be a bunch of bullshit. I don't know how to solve the gun issue. That really needs to be something that needs to be worked on. But everybody's busy trying to get elected in 2020. We've still got 4 months of this year and a whole another, 12 months. So we got 16 months till the election, and that's what everybody's focused on. It's sad, and you should all be fired. Okay, that's enough of that shit. Now let's get on to what I've been doing. I started my own little business. Trying to get up out of my bubble and do something different. I came up with an idea, and I started doing this thing. And what it is stumps. I work with stumps now. I get random large pieces of wood, and I work them down and sand them, and then I pour epoxy resin on them, and they're beautiful. I mean, I'm doing beautiful things. It's something that I look at, and when I'm done, I can just go, wow, I've done something. The only agenda is to having done something, that I can look at and go, wow, that's beauty. And there's so much freaking ugliness in the world that I feel privileged that I'm allowed to, after all this time, I found a venue to express my creativity, to get the art up and out of my body. I've always wanted to express myself, but I never could find a venue, that was real, but this belongs to me now. It's something that I do for me, and it's beautiful. And you can see, if you see the things I do. But it brings me to a thing. I brought this up to a friend of mine, and you all have this friend or friends such as these people, where you bring something up and they immediately dream squash you. They've got some kind of a reason why you shouldn't do this, that, or the other thing, or why you shouldn't pursue one of your thoughts or dreams, or just a whim. It's because they're never going to do anything. They have no ambition in their own life, and to see you going out and doing something positive for yourself that benefits you and perhaps others, it's something they're never going to do, because they're freaking lazy. That's the long and the short of it. So if they can just keep you sitting next to them at their level, then they're super comfortable with that. But you got to get these people out of your life. If you bring up an idea and you want to pursue it, you need people around you, that are gonna help you in that pursuit. Now, there's exceptions to everything, but if you do the work, if like with my stumps, I went and got the stumps, I went and bought the freaking tools, and I just started doing the work. And that's what it comes down to. Anybody that is successful at anything has an idea, and then they do the fucking work. They get out and do the work. You have to do that. You just can't run your mouth. We have politicians for that. They're out there running their mouth, but they ain't doing shit. If that's what you are, please, there's a local election coming up soon, I'm sure. But other than that, shut up. I don't want to hear your shit. You just need to extricate these people from your life. You'll see me sometimes doing this. It's not because I'm dirty. I'm trying to wipe some negative shit that you just try to get on me. And I'm not having it anymore. I'm not letting negativity rule and or influence my world. If you want to do that, that's on you. I can't be you. I have to be me. Okay, and lastly about this, normally when somebody shoots down one of your ideas or somebody's being negative to you, it's at the end there, well, I'm just saying. Every time I hear some motherfucker say, I'm just saying, I want to punch him in the throat. You just said something negative, and you think by saying, I'm just saying, that excludes you from some kind of repercussion. That just makes you a dick, a negative dick, and I don't want you anywhere near me. Okay, moving on. One of the most influential things I've seen all year was Snoop Dogg. He, got his start, and he thanked himself. Why? Because he believed in himself, and that's what I myself had to do. I had to just say fuck it, and I'm going to do this thing, and I'm becoming a success at it. And you have to believe in yourself, whoever you are, whoever's listening to this. Maybe nobody out of 32 people that said, or out of my 181 friends, maybe somebody's going to, but you have to believe in yourself. You have to just do the work and believe that, just believe in yourself. Fuck, man, I don't know what to tell you. do the work and believe, but you got to do the work. Okay, that's the theme. Okay, okay, one of the main reasons this year has been, so ever changing for me, and I've decided to do something about this moderate existence. I've just kind of been going through life, hoping. Okay, well, hoping really is a futile. I mean, you can have hope, but you got to do the work. Once again, you got to do the work. Uh, I lost 6 people I cared for this year. 6 people in the year since my birthday. 6 people have died. 4 people throughout my life that were very close, and 2 were just friends, but still dead nonetheless. And at 54, I realized that due to these deaths, they were sudden. Boom, heart attacks, dead, fucking dead. Okay, tomorrow's not promised. Anyone listening to anything I've said up until this point, rest assured that tomorrow is not promised. You can't just keep putting off the things that you say you're going to do sometime in the future. I mean, tomorrow isn't promised. Get to work. Get out there and get to work.